NC State's Dennis Smith Jr., one of the most prolific freshman scorers this season. His 18.1 PPG ranked third among freshmen, just behind Malik Monk. Markelle Fultz leading the way at 23.2. And we do have Dennis joining us now. And Dennis, I know this is not just a social call. I'm told you have some breaking news for us. So tell us, please, what's going on?
I would like to announce my decision to declare for the 2017 NBA Draft.
And there it is, Dennis Smith Jr. going into the NBA. How long have you been debating this? When did you first think, hey, I might have a chance, and then this is going to be my dream?
I believed I had a good chance whenever I hit college. You know, I thought it was definitely an attainable dream for me, and I knew I would chase it with all my might. And around a week after our last game, because I took a little break, and a week after, I think me and my family decided that would be a great decision for all of us.
What tilted it in the favor of going into the draft here, Dennis?
Just perfect timing. You know, as far as academics, I'm a sophomore. This is my first semester as a sophomore. So if I want to come back and finish, which I plan on doing, then I'll be ahead of most guys that are leaving after 1 year. And I think that I have a good chance of getting picked at a pretty good spot in the draft in terms of being early.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you had some intel from people, agents or whatever, coaches, about where you might go. What are they saying to you? It's a loaded draft. What are they saying to you about where you might be going in June?
A lot of people are saying lottery, and I'm a firm believer in that. I believe my work ethic has earned me that right to believe that. And, you know, I think the time is now.
You were, according to recruiting services, the best prospect ever to commit to NC State. Chose that school over North Carolina, over Duke, over Kentucky, among many others. Why did you end up deciding to go to Raleigh?
All right, and being acknowledged as the best prospect is definitely a blessing. I'm thankful for that. And it meant a lot for me. I've been a State fan my entire life, as well as my family members. So it was definitely a dream come true to play in the red and white. And I have the utmost respect for everybody that I was there with in terms of coaches, teammates, professors, and the rest of the staff. And I'm thankful for the opportunity.
It was not a great season for the Wolfpack, 4-14 in the ACC. I know the coach, Mark Gottfried, was fired. Tell us what was the biggest challenge for you this season?
My biggest challenge was to stay positive. And that's not always easy to do, especially whenever you're losing. We had a losing year last year, but it's everything. You can learn from everything. If it don't kill you, it makes you stronger, and I believe that with all my heart. And everybody's learned something from last year, me, the rest of my teammates, as well as the coaching staff. And we're all thankful for each other, and we wouldn't trade anybody for anything. Unfortunately,
did not get a chance to play in the tournament. We have been seeing some great freshman point guards playing in March Madness. Lonzo Ball and De'Aaron Fox went head-to-head. I'm guessing you were watching. What did you think of that matchup?
I didn't watch it.
You did not watch it? Why not?
I didn't watch it. I'm not really too interested in anything going on right now. I got my head down and I'm working, and I'm prepared for the next stage of my life.
All right, there you go. Dennis Smith Jr., focused. Enough with this NCAA tournament. He's on to the NBA. Dennis, we appreciate you making the announcement here on Coast to Coast, and best of luck to you in the future.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, David, let's find out a little more about what's going on with that. Dennis Smith Jr. comes in at number 6 overall on Chat Board's latest big board. He's the 4th point guard listed behind, as we just discussed, De'Aaron Fox, Lonzo Ball, and projected number 1, Markelle Fultz from Washington. His Huskies failed to make the tournament after going just 9-22 this season. We thought we'd mention that. But for more on Dennis Smith Jr., we welcome in Jeff Goodman, who has all the information. So, Jeff, what have you heard about what NBA teams think about Smith?
You know, they love his natural ability. They compare him to a poor man's Russell Westbrook, his build and his explosiveness. But they do worry about the fact that NC State only won 15 games this past year. And more importantly, the fact that Dennis Smith every game didn't bring it. He wasn't assertive. He didn't always try to take over the game. Certainly tremendous. Duke, he shined in late January. He was terrific. But he was inconsistent with his effort. And a lot of them will give him a free pass because they'll blame it on Mark Gottfried, the former coach, and the fact that it was a loose program. They weren't playing hard as a team consistently. But then again, a lot of them will say, listen, if this guy's going to be a top 5 pick, we wanted to see him with that intensity every single possession on both ends of the court. But this is a kid that's going to go somewhere in that top 3 to 8 range. You know, it's a point guard heavy draft, so we could see Markelle Fultz out of Washington and Lonzo Ball both ahead of him. And certainly De'Aaron Fox has played well. He also has boosted his stock lately.
Okay, speaking of boosting stocks, which we're talking draft, several prospects still playing in March. Which prospects, in your opinion, have helped their case as they try to go through the NCAA tournament?
You know, the biggest one is Sindarius Thornwell of South Carolina. A lot of NBA guys didn't think he was even an NBA player going into this year and even this NCAA tournament. But this is a kid who has absolutely shined, taken his team all the way to the Final Four. He's strong, he's tough, he shoots it well. He missed 6 games in the preseason. He was suspended. But he has really come up huge and shown NBA guys that he will make a roster because of, again, his complete nature as a guard. De'Aaron Fox, the other one that I mentioned earlier, he was so good in that win against UCLA, that head-to-head matchup with Lonzo Ball. So fast, both ends of the court. He plays on the defensive end, which you don't see a lot of guys do at this level, especially as freshmen. They want to see him get stronger, but De'Aaron Fox is a guy who probably went in as a top 15 pick, and now people are talking about him maybe in the equation in the top 5.
Well, that's nice, right? Okay, so look, before I let you go, because we have to wrap this up, you know what the anniversary is today, 25th anniversary of Christian Laettner's shot against Kentucky. Where were you? I want specifics when that happened. What were you doing? Were you eating? Were you sitting with your ex-girlfriend? What were you doing at that moment?
You know, I was 20 years old. I had a fake ID. I got into a bar in Tucson, Arizona, where I was a student, and that's where I watched it. But listen, I'm not letting you get off the hook from the wager that we made a week ago.
What was the wager? What? No, I don't.
Wait. Don't be acting like you don't remember the dinner. And I think it was even more than dinner. I think we were looking for something a little bit better than just dinner over that UCLA-Kentucky game.
I do believe I owe you a fancy dinner, and I also believe that I said if, in fact, that UCLA won, I wanted you to give me front row tickets to somewhere, I don't know, some NBA game. But I now owe you dinner.
I wasn't even worried. I wasn't worried. So I didn't even ask Magic. I didn't even ask Magic for those tickets.